All right, welcome back to another episode. Even though it is what it's podcast, it is what it is. I have a special content feature called ABC Chats with my friend, my buddy, sales executive, and all around good guy, Alexander Brockman. Today we're covering Sales-Ology, really focusing on organizational evolution. So for all you CEOs out there, business leaders, entrepreneurs, SVPs, directors, whatever and however you are, this is really dedicated to you. We really want organizations to grow, to evolve, to understand that the way business is being done will not be sustainable in the future. So we got my man Alex, host, as long as me co-host of ABC Chats on LinkedIn. Hit him up on Alexander Brockman. He's on LinkedIn. Hit him up soon after this. And we're just going to kick it off. Alex, how you doing, man? Welcome to the show.
I appreciate it, Cody. I'm doing good. Excited to that we've kind of thrown some ideas out there as to, what's really going to make, the best conversation for us today. And so I hope everybody gets something out of it. There's a ton of stuff that's going on today that, wasn't a reality 6 months ago. Mm-hmm. And so, I think there's a lot that we can cover something. We can be talking for 6 hours and not even touch the surface of it. So, I think that we bring a different perspective. We're at a different juncture in our career than, kind of the mean average of people in sales. And so I think we just have, a little bit of maybe a different view on this. And, it's something that if we all work together, I think we can come up with a better solution.
That's true. Like, I want to kick it off because I want to get your insight. You have landed some amazing deals. You have built pipeline. I've always said if there was somebody I was chasing, it'd be Alexander Brockman. Now, when it comes to sales, any boss is going to look at the funnel, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is it quality or is it quantity or is it possible to do both?
Man, there's the thing that when I hear quality over quantity, you can't have one without the other. And let me explain it like this. You can't be somebody that only shoots for the moon all the time and goes for the mega deals and goes for, the 8-figure deals or something like that. You can't just be that and only have that be the criterion for your success. There's going to have to be things that incrementally fill in and, come in. There's going to be stuff that's outside of your ideal client profile. There's going to be things that are maybe a little bit outside of your comfort zone that you're going to have to put into your organization. And that's going to have to be something that, kind of keeps the train on the tracks for a while so that the other things that, are your main focus, those things have the opportunity to mature, that the process can, unfold the way that it needs to. So quality over quantity, you obviously focus on quality. And quantity is going to just have to be a thing that you deal with. It's going to be something where it might not have the what am I trying to say? The quality thing is going to be the thing that I focus on. Let me just stop speaking in generalities. I'll go right to it. I focus on quality. I focus on the things where I know that we are the best fit for this. But there's going to be things that come in through marketing. There's going to be things that come in through networking events. There's going to be things that come in from a whole broad spectrum of ways that we get our brand and ourselves out there that may not feel like the ideal fit right away, but they may mature into that. But the things that I'm doing on an active prospecting thing, the thing that I'm going out and I'm trying to build up my funnel the way that I want it to be, those are all quality based. I'm only focusing on quality in those. So does that answer your question? Does that kind of get to the essence of what you were trying to get from that?
Yeah, let me dig a little deeper.
Let's go.
Is it better? And what I mean to be lucky, I mean, like you said, sometimes deals come and they fall out of the sky, right? There's any type of channel that they come through is possible. And then all of a sudden you have a name and an account. But is it worth spending time on something that hasn't been validated, because the reality is when it comes to sales, it's like you never really know, right? Like you can have somebody that likes you, laughs at your jokes, agrees to the Zoom meeting, and never shows up. And then you can have somebody that is a complete butthole, and you know what I'm saying, and buy. It doesn't make sense.
Right.
What would you rather have? Like, is it the suspense, or can you really validate a quality lead?
There's only so many different things. And I mean, machine learning and artificial intelligence has been trying to figure this out for the last, 30 years. They really have been. They've been doing every little thing that they possibly can to try and train a computer to figure out what qualifies somebody to look and feel like people that you've done business with before. And then kind of throw that overlay on the universe, anybody else that could come into your pipeline, anything. And there's this whole element of human beings that are that unquantifiable thing that you cannot necessarily wrap your computer algorithm around. And so you can't figure it out until you go through the process and vet them. You just have to. When people are coming in, you just have to go through that process and figure it out. I work right now. We're going through that process of kind of getting all the different nuts and bolts all figured out and put in place within our system internally. But there's still, a whole swath of people that come in, and maybe 90% of them don't matriculate. But just last week, one of them did. And so had I just cast it all aside and said, I'm not going to worry about people that come in through the website, we would have missed out on a really nice opportunity to do business with somebody that really needs our help. And so I can't fully say one side or the other, that, hey, you just have to focus on the main thing that you can focus on. If there are people that are coming in and that your SEO and your Google, your ad search and your AdWords and all the stuff is bringing people in from the outside, you just have to go through that process of putting them in a sequence and figuring out if they are a good lead or not. And yeah, there are going to be things where you just get entered into, kind of the guy on the inside or the gal on the inside that has their preferred vendor in mind, but they were told that they needed to add 3 or 4 different ones to make it look like there was an actual process. But you just don't know until you find it, and you got to give it your best shot. And so I've had a lot of deals that didn't go through, that were part of kind of that rhythm where it's coming in from the outside. It sounds like an attractive opportunity. And so I've tempered the way that I view them a little bit differently, and the amount of time that I invest in them is a little bit different than maybe whenever, I was early and trying to build up the pipeline, and anything that is pipeline worthy is what I'm going to, just go 1,000 miles an hour after. I have the luxury right now of being able to focus more intently on the things that are actually a really good fit for us, and the stuff that falls outside of that scope, I just have to, monitor the amount of time that I'm investing in it.
That makes